Breaking news from CBS News Detroit.
I'm Terrell Bailey. We continue to follow breaking news out of Blanc Township. A gunman started shooting in a church earlier this morning around 10 o'clock. Authorities are expected to provide us an update on that situation. Let's listen in.
And only those questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Lieutenant. I bring all these folks up here on stage today because we couldn't do this as a community without everyone who's standing up here today. I got with me on stage U.S. Attorney Jerome Gorgon, Acting Special Agent in charge of the FBI Ruben Gleeman, Special Agent in charge of the ATF James Deere, Blanc Township Supervisor Scott Bennett, Blanc Township Fire Chief Gent, Genesee County Sheriff's Department Sheriff Chris Swanson, and MSP Michigan State Police Captain Greg Marenko. I'm going to provide an update from the incident that we spoke about earlier today that occurred at the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints at 10:25 a.m. I want to talk about our officer's response. That call came out at 10:25 a.m. and 32 seconds. We had officers on scene at 10:25 and 57 seconds. The suspect, again, we're in the preliminary stages right now, was neutralized at 10:33:44 in the parking lot of that church. That suspect is a 40-year-old male from the city of Burton, who we identified as Thomas Jacob Sanford. That's Thomas Jacob Sanford, S-A-N-F-O-R-D. Currently where we're at, an update, I gave you 10 victims who were victims of gunshot. Since then, we have 2 victims who are now deceased. One had died at a local hospital. And again, that suspect is deceased as well. 7 other victims at this time are in stable condition. 1 is in critical condition. Now, for the reunification, I had a question earlier about, hey, where can people call to see if their loved one is okay at the reunification center? I want to provide a number for you for that. It's 248-705-7352. Also, I know that our community is hurting right now, and we want to provide some resources for our community moving forward. At the Genesis Athletic Club in Blanc for Monday and Tuesday from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., we will have services for the community. From Wednesday to Friday, those services will be available to our community at the Blanc Senior Center. That's all I have for now. I will give you another update, another press conference at 8 p.m. Thank you.
And you just heard from authorities in Blanc Township giving us more information about that situation that unfolded earlier today at a church. Now we know that suspect drove his car through the front doors of the church and got out and started shooting. We know there are in total 10 victims, 2 of which have died. Authorities also telling us that 7 of those victims are in stable condition while 1 is in critical condition. They also have told us about that suspect. The suspect has been identified as 40-year-old Thomas Sanford of Burton. We have a crew out there at a scene that is believed to be of his home. We're expected to hear from them momentarily during our 6:30 newscast. Now, according to investigators, this man purposely started a fire at that church this morning. Eventually, fire teams did put it out. You're looking at some of that video right there. Now, one thing police would like to stress, they say there is no active threat to the community. We have multiple teams currently in Blanc and Grand Blanc Township. CBS News Detroit, we plan to continue following this situation. Authorities also say we're expected to get more information from them at 8 o'clock, but we have a newscast streaming at 6:30, and we'll have all the latest information here. I'm Terrell Bailey, and this has been a breaking news update.